Hey guys, Michael Merulla here. Today we journey into one of the oldest realm of the Unknown World of Ída, where the Nari people reside, at the southern edge of the central continent. This now lost kingdom, inspired by Nubian culture, Zulu warriors and Egyptian civilization, stands as the forgotten monument to the both of wisdom and might of its people. In days long past, the land was submerged beneath the sea, the truth uncovered by seashells, found atop the highest peaks. As the water receded, sandy marshes were born. It was in such an era that King Man arose, a young child ruler with sharp mind, uniting the tribes, draining the marshes, and founding his kingdom upon oases, where monumental cities of black stone and gold were built. Through the fertility of their land, the Nari lived in the wealth and peace, their armies unmatched in the desert. Yet to the north, the semi-nomadic Gimmery roamed, surviving by raiding the Nari's camel caravans. Though the Nari attempt to eradicate them, the Gimmery always vanish into their rocky cities, striking from the cliff sides. Even beyond their borders, the Nari proved themselves as mercenaries. They fought in the army of King Tark Aquila in his campaign against the Vultera, serving as auxiliary infantry, but that tale belongs to another day. Between the royal Nari and Gimmery, there live a distinct people, the Nari Lion Hunters. These border dwellers specialized in hunting wild beasts, particularly lions. The Nari kings called upon them to rid of oases of predators or to capture various creatures, but their true mastery lay in the hunt of the lions. On the far side of the world, when the rising kingdom of Argos was plagued by the cave lions, the Argians turned to the Nari for aid. In response, a company of Nari hunters sailed to the Argos and vanished the lions, later capturing them for Argian kings as royal pets. Fascinated by a new land, the Nari sent for their families, swelling the population of Argos. Tensions soon flared between the two cultures and a revolt ensued. It was Castor, the first Argian king, who quelled the uprising, leading both his heavy infantry and Nari into the battle of Argos against the Atlantean invaders. With their Iklava spear, the Nari warriors played a decisive role, hunting down the feared Atlantean cavalry and contributing greatly to the victory. When designing the appearance of these lion hunters, I tried to illustrate their role as hunters. Armed with longbows, arrows and spears tipped with gazelle horns, they wear ostrich feathers and seashells in their hair. Their bodies adorned modestly with Nari gold and other trophies. Their curved knives and swords used for skinning are hallmark of Nari culture and warfare. Some wear crocodile skin armor, and the most revered wear lion pelts, most often the very lions they themselves have slain. Their signature weapon is unusual heavy axe, similar to those used in Africa for breaking stone or perhaps bone. Inspired by works of Herodotus' histories, I have wrote down this lore to echo an ancient tales of Egypt and Libya, with the Nari standing as the people who both shape and are shaped by the harsh desert and fertile oases they call home. Finally, I want to point out that the lore and worldbuilding are constantly evolving. For instance, the Gimmery were originally envisioned as much more civilized people, but today I imagine them more like the Bedouins, Tuaregs or other desert tribes. You can check out old lore video in comparison from 2 years ago, which unusually features text-to-speech narration. That's all from me and my voice now. As always, special thanks to my Patreon supporters and to you, my loyal friends, wherever you are from, and enjoy the rest of the video. Love you all and see you next time.
A new addition to my book The Unknown World of Ída is a civilization called the Gimmery. Gimmeru in Old Assyrian was the name for the Sumerians, a people who lived around the Black Sea in ancient times. And it was this historical nation that inspired me for my fantasy civilization from an unknown world. The Gimmery inhabit the northeastern tip and are a mix of two peoples, the northern nomadic nation of Tingri and the southern kingdom of Nahari. Therefore, the Gimerians are a semi-nomadic people, which means that the elite of this nation live in round cities, but the rest of the people live a nomadic lifestyle across the countryside. Gimmery are primarily traders. From the north they exchange horses for gold from the Tingri tribes. They obtain gold from the rich kingdom of Nahari, either by bartering or by raiding their caravans. The Gimerian irregular military units are primarily mounted archers, light infantry, and palace guards. You could already see the video where I painted an illustration of a Gimris mounted archer. In the video, I talked about inspiration from history and described throughout the post how I create my illustrations and design characters. So we won't dwell on it, and I'll just remind you of the basic information. The Gimmery civilization is inspired by the already mentioned Sumerians, but I designed their appearance after other ancient Eastern peoples such as the Hittites, Assyrians, and Persians. You can notice the carved Persian shield, Assyrian helmet and lamellar armor, Babylonian clothing and more. I originally planned a long two-handed sword for the palace guard, but ended up combining the Egyptian Khopesh sword. As the saying goes, the Khopesh was originally designed as an axe. I'm always thinking in my world building how to combine more of the historical themes and lore of my fantasy world, and since my another fantasy nation is the Nahari, inspired by the Egyptians, Nubians and Zulus, it was clear that the Nahari and Gimmery would influence each other. The Nahari use camels in wars, animals that hate horses, so it occurred to me that the Gimmery palace guard would use these halberds for knocking Nahari riders off their camels' backs or chop off their limbs. I didn't originally plan this civilization and it doesn't serve any of my stories. But when you world building, it's good to think big and constantly add new information for your world. That's all I can think of for this new civilization so far. Let me know how you like this new style of videos. And if you're new here and you like art, history, and fantasy, this channel is for you. So subscribe for more. See you next time.